So take us back to that dining room table,
Mm-hmm.
setting up your business. What was the anatomy of that? Because a lot of people have ideas but can't execute. A lot of people don't know how to execute. They don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a dream to follow in the footsteps of whomever, what did it look like step by step?
Oh yeah, great question. I did a special interviewing 6 or 7 very funny friends of mine, and it was a 1 hour special. And I said, I'm going to make this a weekly 1 hour show. So I sat at my dining room table, and from sunup to sundown, I called all 1,300 television stations in America. And I asked them to carry this once a week 1 hour show for free. And this show has 14 minutes of commercial time. I'm going to keep 7 minutes. And hey, you local television station, you keep 7 minutes. You sell your 7 minutes to local car dealers and supermarkets and banks, and I will sell my 7 minutes to national advertisers, Pepsi, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, General Motors, and that's how I will pay my bills. So I sat at my dining room table, and literally each television station probably told me no 40 or 50 times. And after about 40 or 50,000 no's, I was able to squeeze out 150 yeses. I got a station in every market from New York City to Waterloo, Iowa. And that was my lineup of stations.
How did you know you could do that, though?
I just kept working for a year. I literally wore holes in my dining room chairs from sitting there from, 5 in the morning until 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Now, this is pre-internet. Pre-Google.
This is pre-mobile phone.
So your phone's connected. We need to paint this image, right? Because a lot of times we have this idea that people come to where
this
you
is
are,
93.
and you just had it either handed or you just stumbled into it. So your phone's connected to a wall.
Oh, then my phone's connected to a wall. This is either 90. This is 93, 92, 93. This is like pay phones, no mobile phone.
The era of encyclopedias, not online search engines.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Right.
I had a directory of all of the television stations in America, and I would just go and check it off, and I write it in my directory, and I just kept calling. I was just smiling and dialing. I had a company called Tribune that said to me that if you do get 75% of the country to carry your TV show, we will sell your ad time, your 7 minutes, and we will give you an advance of $400,000.
What?
And
that was motivating.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep, I'm smiling and dialing. I'm going to get that. I ended up getting like 85% of the country. So I went way beyond the 75%. And Tribune said, well, we changed our mind. And we're not going to sell your ad time. And we're not going to give you an advance of $400,000. So that was, and I said, I'm not, it was really tough because I'm sitting there, and that's a really defining moment. And I remember earlier, about a week or two earlier, I called a television. I called my mom because my mother was keeping track of what clearances I had achieved and which ones.
This mama is for real.
Right?
This is hashtag Black Mama.
Yes. So she was keeping track of what clearances I did and which ones I didn't get done. So you have markets 1 through 212 markets, right? Television markets. So I noticed that one of the markets I had cleared, she didn't have it on the clearance list, and I said, "Hey, why come you don't have that one on the clearance list? Because I got that one done." And she was shuffling around papers, and I called her at home, and she was shuffling around papers. She says, "No, I don't have it." And I'm like, "Oh, Mom, you lost the paperwork. We can't afford to lose the paperwork. You got to be more organized." So so I called the guy, and I said, "Hey, look, Bob, it looks like my executive assistant has misplaced our paperwork." And so he says to me, "No, I didn't send it back." And I go, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that deal." I changed my mind. I go, "What?" Like that, right? He goes, "Yeah, the guys from Paramount came in, and they told me, like 3 guys came in, and they told me that you were calling me from your dining room table. And they said that you were calling me from your dining room table and you were in your underwear, and that show that you were trying to sell me is not going to be there. And if you do get it on the air, it's going to be on the air for a week or 2 and then go away." And so he goes, "I'm not doing that deal that I told you I was going to do with you, and I agreed to do with you." And I gave the time period to the boys from Paramount. I said, "Is that right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "Listen up, Bob.
Here it comes.
I said,
Here it comes.
No, I said, I get it. I said, those guys are right. I am calling you from my dining room table, and I am in my underwear because I don't have an office, and why do I need to get dressed? So I said, listen, I said, but that show's going to be there, and tell the boys from Paramount I'm never going to cancel it, and it's going to be on until the end of time. 26 years later, that show's still on the air.
And it is on.
And I still on, because I said, I'm never going to let the boys from Paramount ever convince a TV station I won't do what I say I'm going to do. You're going to have more faith in me than all the studios put together. That show will never go off the air.